As you can see from the title and thumbnail, this is not going to be the typical content that I usually make. If you have been a long time viewer, you probably already know that I personally don't like to be involved or talk about drama stuff and whatnot. But this issue has gotten so big that I have no choice but to cover it at this point. Many of my peers have been telling me to give my opinion about this issue, and also I've seen many of you guys asking me to talk about this as well, so here we go. First of all, for those who have no idea what am I even talking about or just want a quick recap of this incident, let me quickly brief you.
This is the Esports World Cup 2025, and it just got bigger.
So the EWC, Esports World Cup 2025, is about to take place very soon, from July 10th. And you already know that when the name includes the word World Cup, that usually means it is the biggest, most prestigious event of said sport or game. Mobile Legends is one of those games that are participating in this EWC, and many teams from different countries have qualified and are taking part in this event, hence the name World Cup. Now, we all know that Honor King is a mobile game, and that usually means other mobile games see it as its competitor, and of course that includes Mobile Legends. So now, Seoul/BTK, the team that is, well, was representing the NA North American region, has been suddenly disqualified by Moonton because two members of that team did a sponsorship livestream about Honor King on June 27th and 28th. The dates are pretty crucial here, keep them in mind. According to the MSC 2025 rules book, which is the name for the tournament of Mobile Legends within the EWC, teams who have been qualified to play in the MSC from July 10th to August 2nd should not engage or promote any games that is considered a direct competition to Mobile Legends, and of course that includes Honor Kings. But the effective date is clearly stated here, from July 10th to August 2nd. The two Seoul members did their livestream on June 27th and 28th. But now, some might argue that the dates are meant to point out when the tournament is taking place and not the effective date when these rules applies to those qualified teams. Okay, that's a very fair point. But think about it. If the language of that statement is to be interpreted this way, that means that any team that has qualified for this tournament could forever be bound to these rules indefinitely. It doesn't really make sense, right? But some might say that's such a dumb statement to make, because common sense will tell you that it's obvious that this applies from the moment the team qualified until the end date of this tournament. But remember, since things are not stated clearly, especially the date, common sense is no longer in the picture, and now it's all about interpretation. Because if it was about common sense, almost any professional would think that the dates stated in this rulebook are the effective date. Almost any rulebook and contract always have an effective date clearly stated in the document, and by effective date, it means when is the start and end point, and you usually can find them very early on. It makes things clear, it gives legal clarity, and prevents misinterpretation to all parties involved. So in the point of view of any professionals, the moment they see those dates, it's almost no-brainer that those are the effective dates, especially because in the rest of the rulebook, it doesn't state any other effective dates. But in reality, none of this truly matters, because in the end, this is a rulebook, and in it clearly states that it's up to Moonton to enforce whatever rules they want, or punish those who think they are not doing things to Moonton's best interest. It's totally in the right, because it's their game, their tournament, and they pretty much can do whatever they want to do. I mean, any game, company, restaurant, store, shop, or whatnot, nobody wants to promote their rivals, right? So it's totally fair game. But now, even though it's totally in the right, and it's totally legal what they're doing, the big question is, what will be the public opinion once they see this kind of power move of the big guy versus little guy scenario? Because by disqualifying this team for something as silly as this from this mega tournament, Moonton is literally stripping away a good chunk of their livelihood from all those who are affected by this decision. In the tournament that the NA teams had to play in order to qualify for this eSport World Cup, the prize pool was only in the form of diamonds. There was no cash prize at all. There's no salary, no exclusivity contract, no Moonton sponsorships, nada. I mean, I truly respect these NA players because somehow their stomach has evolved to the point that now they can eat diamonds to survive.
A lot of you guys didn't know, but how franchise league works is there's revenue splits. It's just standard. So I would easily assume that the in-game badges that you guys purchase, the sales for the orgs, for the Oneg, whatever, the in-game badges, the recalls, all of that has a direct revenue split with the org. I don't know whether the players see any of that, but it has a direct bonus split with the org. In the US, where the median house, but in the US, we don't get any of that, right? In the North America region, the player don't get any of that, right? The BTK, the path to power emotes that everybody loves and use in the game. In professional tournaments, you guys know, I think use that all the time. The players in the team don't see a penny.
Hi, this is Hoon. I'm here to talk about my experience and opinion about this whole situation. I've noticed that me and Zane especially getting a lot of heat and blame about what's going on. I just want to say that if I knew this would have been the result, definitely I wouldn't have taken the deal in the first place. And then we talked with the team as well, and then we talked with the agent. We asked Dave, can we back out on the deal and then play the EWC? But obviously the contract's been already signed apparently, and then we cannot back out on the deal because they'll be breaching the contract. And then breaching the contract is far more severe than what Moonton has been threatening us with. So we had to proceed with the stream. That was the only reasonable or valid move that we could take. And then we were just hoping on that Moonton wouldn't go this far to just ruin our career. I just feel very sorry for everyone that expected us to do well, supported us. I'm sorry that it happened this way.
Anyway, my biggest takeaway from all this is that Moonton, by saying no promo to the rival games and doing all this, they ironically, accidentally, and indirectly created the biggest marketing campaign for Honor Kings. They couldn't be happier with all the press they're getting. And they are definitely capitalizing on it, because the very same day this disqualification was announced, they posted something along this line. Hey, doesn't matter what mobile games you like to play, everybody's welcome to join and play Honor Kings. Well played, sir, well played. And recently I've seen a lot of big names, like creators and pro gamers with huge following, are now signing exclusivity contracts with Honor Kings. Also, Moonton, by doing this power move and showing zero interest and care in the NA region, is kind of galvanizing the entire NA community to move on from Mobile Legends and play a game that does seem to at least care a little bit more about the other regions and not only a specific group. I'm starting to suspect that whoever approved of this maximum punishment power move from Moonton's side is either an imposter or the biggest Honor Kings fan. There's absolutely no way they thought it was going to be a good move. Anyway, that's my 2 cents in this matter. I probably won't be talking about this again, unless there's a major update of this incident. But it is what it is. See ya.